Thank you to be here, and I'm happy that I have also possibility to present my work, what I'm doing in Czech Republic. I'm interested in hemp more than 17 years, so the work what I'm doing is doing my best with hemp after so many years of experience with this beautiful plant. We will go through all these issues or content. First of all, we will speak about hemp potential as global, but it will be quick view. Later on, I want to introduce you the potential of hemp flowers, because it's not so much known product, but with the medical interest in CBD, it's increasing very fast, this industry use of hemp flowers. Later on, I want to touch the legislation, because it's still not clear how is it with hemp flowers. We can use it or we can extract it. And later on, I will go or show you how we are doing it on our farm, like the growing, harvesting, drying, processing, and also how we use it, like what different kinds of products could be made from hemp flowers. So hemp potential, you know, this is picture from like 1 week ago from our field. The variety called Tibor Zalasi, and it's very, no, this is not, sorry. This is hybrid DC, it's a Hungarian variety. So this we will also harvest it for flowers. So the potential, it's very big. Hemp seeds, hemp stalk, cheese, fiber, flowers, and also hemp roots, which was used in India for kind of medical products. And so maybe in the future we will come back to this old known use. Why hemp flowers? When I was thinking how I can be hemp farmer as a small company which want to use their production for their own product, I decided to grow hemp on small field. But from small field, it's difficult for a farmer to use the seeds or to process the stalk, because it's only 1 hectare. But from 1 hectare you can get pretty big amount of flower, what for small company could be enough to process and start to do some own production. So we decided to process hemp flowers, because it was for us much more easy than do big fields and look for some machine. Also, it's the oldest known use of this plant, because I think first of all was used as a medical plant. Now it's very interesting to use hemp flowers for extraction for CBD oil or other content cannabinoids in the flowers. So this is our main part of the production, but we are using it or selling it. I think it's important to use hemp flowers because it's also developed the all diversity of hemp use, and I think hemp flowers cannot be forgotten. Everybody knows hemp seeds, hemp stalk, all the different kinds of use, but not so much you can read about hemp flowers. And sometimes the people are surprised that we use it for products which I will speak about later. And what I would like to also do with hemp and what I'm already working on in Czech Republic with the Minister of Agriculture to put hemp not only because hemp is known as an industrial plant mostly, but it's herbs also. So I would like to add hemp in the herb products or in the hemp plants, which are a special list of in agriculture, certifications and all the subsidies. So I would like that hemp will be also possible to use as a herbal product, as you use in mint or kind of chamomile or other nice herbal products. And also I think hemp flowers gives a lot of open space for research projects and studies, because there is not so much knowledge about hemp flowers and when to harvest it, when is the best time, or how is the connection to the hemp content of CBD and which varieties are the best for CBD. And so I think there is need still a lot of work to be done before we can tell the farmers, you want to grow hemp flowers for CBD production, you have to choose this variety. It's not clear yet, because mostly all the research center or all the scientists work on other products like seeds or fiber, but not on hemp flowers. In Czech Republic there is a potential of hemp flowers in food herbal products. We do the hemp teas and hemp salt for kitchen. We getting demand also from the beer production or alcohol production. They use the hemp buds adding to the alcohol as a cannabis vodka. It's very famous in Prague. They use it also in cosmetics because they extracted the hemp flowers in the hemp oil, and later they use the hemp oil for cosmetics. You can use it also for aromatherapy if you make the essential oil from fresh flowers. They use it also for spa industry. They make a strong hemp tea, and they use it in a few spa in Czech Republic, and with good results for skin problems like dermatology problems. And I think there is a big potential also in the veterinary medicine. If cannabis could help humans also, why not animals? The legislation is it's difficult. In Czech Republic, I speak about Czech Republic because this is what I know, but I think more than less it could be same in other countries as well. We have the narcotic law which allowed the farmers to grow hemp. They have just announced till the end of May how big field they are growing, if it's above the 100 square meter, and till the end of the year they have to announce how much they get and how they was using it. The problem is that if you want to extract the hemp flowers, you have to hold the content of THC, which is difficult because in hemp flowers its content of THC 0.2 should be maximum, but if you make the extraction means the concentration, so you already goes over it. So in the extractions for hemp flowers, they mostly doing that they mixing with talc or see something else that they eliminate the limit of THC. When I was asking the Czech Agriculture and Food Inspection Authority how we can use the hemp flowers, or there is possible to use it. They said yeah, because no problem, because industrial hemp is non-described as a psychoactive plant because it's 0.3 THC. We have 0.3 THC in Czech law, so which is 0.1 more than in Europe. But if we use the hemp flowers in our products, we have to always put on the label how much content, how big content of THC is in the product, or how much percentage of hemp is in the product, or both. And also now it's going on in Czech Republic a new project which support government for use of hemp green material, which should somehow change the law or legislation, set up somehow that it's not gray zone for use of hemp flowers, and it's clear how we can use it and for which kind of product, how will be possible to make the extraction. But till now, the extraction in Czech Republic is something unclear. I know that many companies is doing it, but if the government authorities go to control it and they go strictly how is the law written, they can make a trouble. So this law should make it clear. So now something about Hemp Point. So I established Hemp Point company, which is my own company, in 2010, and I wanted to make some wholesale products and retail sale for smaller shops which want to buy some hemp products and they don't know where. And also I am advisor for hemp farmers, or for farmers who decided to grow hemp or start to do this. And I'm importing the seeds for sowing for them from breeders from around Europe. And in 2011 we started cooperation with Biofarm Sasso, which is one of the biggest biofarm in Czech Republic with meat production. They do pigs and cows. And they had some experience with growing hemp, so I decided to continue with them because they are very nice people. And in 2011 they also started biogas power station. So they have biogas production, and from this goes a lot of waste heat, what we can use for drying the flowers. And this year we established the project Zeměda, which is field where we produce vegetable and herbal production, what we want to use also for our product. This is the biofarm from there, and this is the picture of our vegetable garden. I'm not so proud this year of it because the garden needs much more time that I have, but hopefully next year will be much more better. Growing harvesting, we growing only the dioica varieties, which are Phenola, Compolti, Zatibor, Zalesi, Carmagnola, for the reason that the monoicas has much more problem with the moisture, and we want to have clear flowers. We harvest the flowers by hand, so we can simply separate it. We sowed the seeds in the late April to the mostly should be well prepared soil, which is not so easy in this big farm where they don't have so much capacity to really care the field how I will expect. We sow around 15-20 kilo per hectare. The fertilizing should be focused on phosphor for the flowers production, and we limit the nutrition because we don't need so high plants. We start to harvest when is the milk maturity of the seeds, which means this year we start to harvest in August because we had the vanilla variety, and we must harvesting till the end of September. We cutting the third top of the plant. This year we have a machine for harvesting, I will show you later. And we manually made the bunches and bring the bunches to drying space. And later we strip them, and the result about the flowers, it's like 3 tons from the field, from the 1 hectare field, of the wet flowers, with like 3 tons of the third of the plant. So it's not only the flowers, there is also the stalk. And we got around 5 kilo pure material, dry pure material. This is the harvester what we use this year, first time, which cut the plants and put them on the side. So later can go to people and just collect the flowers. This is how we did it last year, and this is how, in the middle there is how we did the vanilla this year. And processing, we wait all the flowers on the entrance to the drying space, that we can measure it for the our result. With the biogas waste heat from the biogas power station around 38 temperature. They are dry there during 2 days, but sometimes they need to stay there longer. Depends how temperature is also outside and how much wet are the flowers. But we have also strong air circulation in our drying space, so 4 days maximum and they are totally dry. And all the material which falls down, we giving back to the farm because they feed the pigs, like the mothers, when they are pregnant and after they have small, so they give them a little bit of hemp flowers too, as a support. And we manually strip the flowers and we pack them to the bags and bring them to the company which make the separation of the seeds and stem. And we get the 3 calibration of the herbs, like different, like 2 millimeters to 4 millimeters and not bigger than 4, which is sometimes important for our customers. Someone needs it for tea, takes the bigger one, it's for extraction, the smaller one. And we got also the dust, because by the separation we clean all the herbs from dust and seeds and stuff. And we do also the vacuum packs and palletizing from herbs to keep the quality. Yeah, this is our drying space, and in the right down there is the machine for separation. It's we do it in a big company which process the vegetables, so they have huge capacity. So this machine can process 2 tons per day. Here is an interesting picture of the difference between 1 kilo vacuum pack of herbs and 1 kilo vacuum pack of pellets. So you can see that we can make it more efficient if we will start to make a pellet. And the pellets are important for the beer production. They ask for it, because for them they use hummus, lupus, I don't know the English word. They use also pellets, so for them pellets are the best product for make a beer of hemp. And it's very interesting for all the beer industry in Czech Republic, because it's very known Czech beer, and now it's very famous, all the different tastes of beer, like bloom, or I don't know, different, but all it's made from chemicals. And some brewery doesn't want to add some chemicals to the total natural product like it's been. So they like to try hemp as a natural product, which is also similar, very, very close in botanic structure to the mother plants. Yeah, and on the picture on the left down, it's the view if you make the CO2 supercritical extraction, what you get. It's nothing nice. I just added there that it's also one product what it's made from hemp flowers, and also we sell the buds for alcohol industry, which is interested, which needs to have it as a flower to add it to the bottle of hemp vodka water. Yeah, and here are our products, herbal salt, hemp teas, and we also sell the flowers for people who make hemp drinks. And this is our last product, which we made together with the farm. This is hemp flowers extracted in hot pig fat. Because on the farm they have a traditional pig variety called Třeštické pig, and we started to produce this fat extracted with hemp flowers, and this year we won for this product Czech Bioproduct competition. It will be announced today in Czech Republic. And we are very proud of it because it's not so easy. There is many bio companies making some products and getting chance to win this competition. And the farm already win this competition third time. So this is together with our products. So we are very proud, and we also add a little bit. A few drops of our hemp bio-essential oil to this product. So it could be used also for skin, like for children or something like that. Not only for eating it. And so maybe you will be interested in what we are doing with the rest of the plant. It's not clear yet, but in Czech Republic is a group of people who are working on the decorticator of Mr. Schlichter, this guy from United States, Australian guy who was living in the United States from the beginning of the 20th century, and he developed a very nice machine for decortication of hemp stalk, and never was used this machine, mostly because later happened to study the history of hemp in the United States, and so they downloaded the patent from the patent agency of the United States, and they made it. So this year they will move it to our farm, and we will try to process on it our long stem or stalk to get the sheaves and fiber. So when we will have cleaned our drying space, we will fill it with the stalk and start to process it on this machine. But how it will be, I will tell you next year. Thank you for your attention. Some question?
Hello. I'm curious, do you have any idea yet what you will do with the sheaves and fiber that you will get off this machine? Do you have an application yet for the sheaves and fiber you will be producing?
Yes, we can simply sell it in Czech Republic to paper industry, to fiber and sheaves for building. It's big demand, it's no problem to sell this in Czech Republic.
You will not make your own products with it, just...
Well, maybe my own house as a first step, and later I will see. Like, I need to see how this machine will work, and so yeah, there is capacity on the farm to establish quite big production, big processing of hemp stalk, because they have cheap electricity from the biogas. They have enough heat to dry the stalk before the processing, so I think it's quite good condition to do this on the farm. But all depends on the machine, so I will tell you when we will try it, how is it, and we will see what next.
Can I ask one more question, or is there? Yeah. Sorry, I was also wondering, because this is like a 100-year-old machine, I believe, pretty much. The corticator is about 100 years old, and do you still think it would be better than, for instance, the machine Mr. Zucchini just presented us?
Like this machine was made as a 100 years old machine, but of course the constructors made it, like adapted it to the conditions which are like important now, and this is only the heart of the processing, so there must be put something in front, some next steps, so this needs to have a lot of work done before we can start to really sell the fiber and sell the sheaves. But if the machine will work well, there is the reason to add there the next step in the steps behind the machine that can go like continuously.
Thanks.
I have to ask you a question about population. So you tell us that normally you see 20 kilograms for hectare, yes? Have you made, and for this reason you have very high plants, because there's not too much population in the ground. You never think to increase your population to keep lower the plant, able to be harvested with some different type or some different method? This is the first question. The second question is the timing of collecting flower. Of course, should be early. So, how you have a relationship between flower and seed? So, what is the best of this situation? And what about the flower of the male? Is dangerous? No, not dangerous. You go on the field and pick up and take away the male? No. So you collect everything?
No. We grow only the dioica plants, so when we start the harvest, the male are already dead.
Yes, but at that time you have also seed.
Because
the ripening is already very long time.
We have seeds.
You use dioic type, dioic type mean a very long period of flower. So what is the best for you to send them?
Yeah,
more seed, more flower?
No, we are not interested in the seeds. Like for us the seeds are not interesting, because when we dry them, when we dry the flowers, sometimes goes the temperature up to 40 and the seeds are not the best quality for food production. So for us it's important to keep the best quality of the flowers, and all the seeds would we are separate from the herbal material. We are giving also back to the farm that they feed them for they feed the animals with it.
Okay. Yes, you.
It's like for me, it's also important to have the circulation also with the farm, some like cooperation that because this the possibility that I can do this on the farm, it's also because I'm giving back something to the farm.
Okay.
They give me the field, they give me all the machines, they give me space, so I have to also, I feel that I have to also give something back to the farm.
Yeah, but in any case, to try to reduce your manpower on the field is just a suggestion. Try a small point to do something of more near, so that the plant still lower, and maybe you have the ratio between the plant and the enforce to collect maybe is advantage for you. This is my opinion on it.
Okay.
Suggest. Thank you.
Hana, thank you for a great talk. Did you, when you take out the seeds, do you take that out before drying or after drying?
After drying.
After drying.
We dry it in the bunches, in the drying.
Yeah.
Like this.
Okay.
Yeah? Dry it. We strip it, we put it, if it's not perfect dry, we put it on the plastic something. And we bring it to this machine, and this machine downstairs separate the seeds and the stalk and make perfect clean herbal material because it's also clean of the dust. Like imagine from last year 500 kilo of the pure herbal material, clean, 3 different kinds of calibration. We got around 40 kilo of the dust. What we separate, it's a little bit like 7-8% of the dust we separate. So all the people who are buying the hemp flowers, which are not separate from dust, they are also paying the dust in it. But I really want to sell the best because I'm doing organic only, and I'm mostly selling it for the medicine. Or this is what I want because I also established in Czech Republic the patient organization, and I feel that this is important as a herbal plant to use it. So I really need to keep the quality.
So what do you do with your dust?
With my dust, feed animals.
Happy cows.
Yeah, we really, it was interesting because on the beginning when we was trying to feed them with this herbal material, the pigs was like afraid, like running around, and they just didn't touch it. But after 1 week, every day we tried it, we start to eat it, and like after 1 month when we start to feed them on the beginning of the haul, or in the end was like calling us, like bring it fast how we can. It was really, they just, now they know it and they like it because they feel that it's good for them. And we giving only the pregnant pigs and the small one. Not the regular one.
Maybe it's not only dust.
Oh, it's not only dust, of course. But this I also don't want to sell because it's dust with resin. Yeah, but
The resin
sell dust with resin, difficult how you will explain that it's something good if it's in a resin dust. Like, and this is not possible to separate.
Yes, I know.
And the pigs like it, so we added to the mixture of the feed for them. Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us more about the yields, maybe per hectare, so you need to measure, and maybe some differences between organic farming and conventional, let's call it this, farming, in the light of flower harvesting?
difficult because last year it was first year when I was really measure my results, but there wasn't so regular feel what he was like doing on. So after this year I will have clear numbers. I only know that like what I said, that the potential is like 3 tons of wet material and 500 of dry material separate from the seeds. Whatever. This I can tell you that is potential, but depends how good you have the field, which variety you are growing. There is many different, many things what you have to put on the table and calculate. And also one friend of mine who is growing hemp for 12 years now for flowers, this year made a nice experiment that he eliminate the nutrients for growing and put there much more phosphor, and which brings him very small plants, what he can harvest very easy. But I think it's not good for soil, because the soil needs to be always maintained in good condition, and if you don't put there one thing and you put much more other thing, I think it's not good for. And in organic farming I will never do this, because in organic it's much more difficult to work with the old nutrition. So and he doesn't make organic, so he can on conventional field, it doesn't matter what you put in. It's already enough.
I have a question. Regarding your pig hemp cream, that's the winner. Do you use these pigs that you have on the farm to make this fat from the pig? Yes?
Yeah, of course, because they have own slaughter house on the farm.
On the farm?
On the farm, so they do own meat production, own sausages, own salami, whatever.
And these are the pigs that are eating hemp?
Yeah.
Really? I want to buy these products. Yeah, we'll talk later, okay.
So you can go to Biofarm has a bio e-shop, so they sell. And it's interesting because this Biofarm, they are connected to Macro and to Tesco.
Yes.
They are suppliers of Macro and Tesco, because how they are so big. So for Macro and Tesco it was important that they will get some supplier which really can supply them with big amounts. So they find this Biofarm. And the owner wasn't happy. Then he was like, go. So they was coming there like a half year and trying to get him. And after 1 year, when they came there with like 4 cars, and they was just waiting for him all day. So in the end, they said, okay, but no discount. So they getting. He doesn't pay any listing. He doesn't give them any discount, and they buy all. And he has own regals with his logo would pay Macro for him.
And it's said that the pigs are fed with this.
No. No, it's really like in general he has so many pigs that they getting, I don't know, during 1 month it's all our waste feeding them. So
But I still want the cream. I want to bake my eggs on it, you know.
yeah, we have a harvest at the end of September, so everybody is welcome.
Yes.
Because I employ the people in Czech Republic, everyone is welcome.
Good.
And you can stay with us on the farm,
Really?
and
I'm coming.
and buy there and do.
When?
When?
End of September.
No, yeah, like from middle of the September we will be back on the farm, because we have other fields.
Okay.
But from 15 September we will be back on this farm harvesting hemp manually. We have there compound varieties, 6 hectares, what should be harvested.
If I get a chance, I'll come to
Yeah,
check.
you can come. I pay accommodation food for people. There is TP for you can swim.
Let's go to check. Anybody else? I go.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice work and it's nice time for people also. They like it. Sometimes they tell me that I don't want to be paid, like I'm here happy. I don't need money. Okay. So thank you, Corona.